Hello everyone, welcome back to the Wolf Pack. Today I wanted to share with you the little board game haul, mini board game haul that we got during our travels in Europe to wrap up this 4-episode mini series. I got at least one game in every store we visited because I just had to, and it was very difficult, as you all know, to just pick one. So we'll start off first in Spain, and this first game is one that I've been trying to collect every single translation in each region that we go to. And I did miss one because I was supposed to get in Japan, didn't fit in luggage. Even with 8 pounds luggage, I definitely had to get at least one of these. And that is Root, un juego de aventuras y batallas en el bosque. You all know how much I love Root, number 2 favorite game of all time. If they had dwellings in other translations, sure, I'd get that in a heartbeat. But the question is, how would I even fit that in any kind of luggage, actually? The only way I could fit that in travel was for me to break it apart like I did for Gen Con last year when I just took all the pieces out and put it in like a duffel bag. It looks so sketch. But a part of me wanted to just get checked for luggage just so I could show them like, hey, look at all my different factions. You want some? But anyways, so Root was 59.95 euros. It's about the same pricing as it is in the US, so like 60 bucks. Like I said, this is one title that I missed in Japan, so we definitely got to go back to Japan and get one of these. But it's so much fun seeing how Root is translated in many, many different languages. And what's new about this one is that it shows a 2 tomato. I don't know if that's like a rating or like the distributor or publisher / translator for Spain. It also says it's the Cuarta edition, so the 4th edition. You get to see all of the different seals on the back as well. And yeah, this is a game that I'm definitely just going to leave and shrink because I just want to display it on my shelf and have all the different Root translations, including the base game that I already have here in the US. Now in Nice, this one was actually a game that was recommended to us. He was really excited about this one aside from the Mage Noir game. So this was a smaller game and it was called Dracula versus Van Helsing. Let me know if you've all heard about this one. So this is an area control game where one person is Dracula, other person is of course trying to hunt down Dracula. It is a 1v1 game and I love the artwork, so I figured this would be hopefully a very easy title to learn, and I do want to pick up French eventually. But I think this is more language independent too, so it should be relatively easy to learn. It was for 18 euros. Game number 3 is one that Jackie played with her friends and she really loved it. So in the UK when we saw this in person, definitely had to get a copy of this, and that is Savur. So I don't know too much about this one. I just know it's a very light card game, and it says here that you and your fellow dwarves are digging for gold in a maze of mining tunnels. But beware, some of the miners are saboteurs trying to foil your efforts and steal all your hard-earned gold. I'm guessing, like just from the description of that, it's like a push your luck game where you're trying to collect as much gold as you can as like cards unveil. So this was for 10.99 pounds, not euros. Me trying to keep all the currency conversions in my head right now. I think that comes out to be like 15 US dollars. And then the last part of here, it says to find the Motherload, you must overcome cave-ins, broken lanterns, and busted pickaxes. In the end, the dwarf with the most gold nuggets wins. Now, I've actually been playing a lot more of these smaller card games just because we haven't had a chance to like pull out a heavy game. And usually when I'm playing games nowadays, it's like at some kind of event or it's like during travel. So it's really nice to actually start stocking up on some games that you could just put in your pocket or just throw in your backpack and call it a day. Now, the last and final one, I know I'm supposed to get only one game per, but since that was a small game and I saw this one in stock and I've been looking for this one, this last one is Kirai the Duel. So this is a 1v1 card game, it's a dueling card game, and it's really, really fun. The thing is, I don't have it fully wrapped around my head, like how the rules works, because I kind of just played it by ear and see what worked. But I played this with Bonds and with Alex from Might I Suggest a Game back when we were taking a trip, back when Bonds and I was taking a trip to visit Orange Nebula. And then we also met up with Alex over there. And this was incredibly, incredibly fun. It's also really hard, at least when I was looking for it, it was really hard to find this in stock anywhere. So I was really, really lucky to get this last and final copy in Orc's Nest. And they were even like, oh, that's the last one. We definitely need to restock on that one. So they told us that we were pretty lucky to get this last copy. And this was for 14.99 pounds as well. So I think it's about $20. Think of this as like a more advanced rock, paper, scissors dueling game, and it's so much fun. And look how tiny it is. Like, this is the tiniest game of the day, and I love the way it's wrapped too, because open it right now actually. Like, look at this. I love the wrapping on this. It's not just a set of cards, but all wrapped in this nice little pouch. 2 samurai face each other on the cliff's edge. Cloudy skies darken the night. The moon breaks through as they strike. This is Kirai Duel. Right? And that's it. Just a tiny little deck of cards just like that. This is probably like one of the games I would just throw in my pocket. I'm going pretty much anywhere, and it would be so much fun to just pull out and play. With that said, the entire haul from all the places that we visited, we have Kirai Duel and Savur from London, we have Dracula versus Van Helsing from France, and last but not least, Root from Spain. So thank you all so much for joining me on this mini-series. Hope you all enjoyed all 4 episodes. And that's a wrap. I'm excited to keep adding on to this because we went to Japan was the first one we did. And we added these other 3 countries. So much fun. And I just can't wait to visit even more countries to collect even more games, especially more Root titles and potentially Aquatica 2 with Atlantis being the one in French. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. And I'll see you all in the next video.